name is Haydn Huntley, and I work at the Institute for Astronomy. I've been here for around 11 years, and I'm the computer guy. I'm not an astronomer, I'm a computer scientist, and so I keep the computers running and try and keep everything moving smoothly. But I'm only one of many people. We have plenty of other people who do other parts of the whole thing. For our operation, we have a small 2-meter telescope, but it's got a very wide angle view. And so our telescope will be able to hold 7 full moons in one frame, which is quite a lot because most big telescopes would only see a tiny fraction of the moon. And so we cover the whole night sky every few nights, and we look for things that change. So we look for supernovas, we look for new asteroids and stuff like that. And together with another group of telescopes in Arizona, we discover about half the asteroids, and they discover about half the asteroids. So we keep pretty busy, and we feed our telescope doesn't have an eyepiece to look through. It's got an enormous camera. It's the size of a big pizza. And that takes all the images, and then we feed them off to a series of computers, and we look for anything that's changed in our previous library of images. So that's how we find out about these things. Most of our computers here run Linux. Well, there's many other people who can tell you the wonders and beautiful things of Linux, but for us it's really nice because it's a professional development environment. It's powerful, it's reliable, it's secure, and anytime you want to duplicate a machine, you don't have to get licenses and all that. You're free to do it. So we have several hundred computers. Most of them are in Manoa. Maybe there's around 30 in this building here. And these behind me are the ones that the observers use for controlling our telescope. And then that group of 4 monitors is for monitoring the weather and stuff like that, because you don't want it to rain on your telescope. And then this group of 4 computers actually is connected to a Windows computer, and it runs the user interface for our second telescope. So mostly, I suppose I do programming, I fix hardware, I help us buy new gear.
Site alert cleared. Door open. Support building back door.
Because we're poor, starving scientists, we buy mostly used computers and stuff. But I've been able to save us a lot of money by going that route. But sometimes I go over to Oahu to work over there too, because we have a large cluster of computers. A couple of years ago, the laser interferometry gravitational something or other, LIGO is what it's called. They have 3 gravity wave detectors on the planet, and they pinpointed an area of the sky. Maybe I shouldn't say pinpointed, but they narrowed it down to an area of the sky that that there was an unusual event that they wanted to observe. And so because our telescope is so wide angle, we could look there and we could see what's changed. And so we were able to help them find the first kilonova. And then another time, we did the opposite thing. We discovered a very unusual asteroid that was traveling beyond solar system escape velocity. And so everybody else in the world turned their telescopes on that to track it down, and they later named it Oumuamua. Always doing things to try and improve things. Keeping these telescopes running and in tip-top shape is a research project. And we've actually got one that's working on the sky and the other one that's been broken for a little while that we're almost got working again. And we're constantly looking for ways to make the image quality better, or to keep things from deteriorating, to fix things or do things better and stuff. We have many databases, and I actually keep track of some of them, but some of the other ones are other people's responsibility. And so we have like databases of all the images we've ever taken and where the telescope was pointing and what the image quality was and what it saw. And it's amazing how much data this whole thing accumulates.